Hello out there in cryptocurrency land. Thank you for joining me again. Real Crypto video number 2 in past several hours. Well, we've had a bit of a market shift, so I thought I would post this as quick as I could. Want you to notice this reversal in Bitcoin, this excess red candles coming into the picture here on the volume side of it. This is some of that topping behavior that I was talking about a little bit ago. I mentioned we're getting up towards resistance. We didn't quite get to this level. We could reverse back up. We still haven't broke this intermediate or this immediate trend line here. So not all is lost. We could actually reverse out of this and go up and maybe even continue higher. But when you start to see little signals like this, and this isn't even quite a little signal, this is a fairly large signal. But when you see signals like this, you just need to keep your eyes peeled, keep your ears open. Make sure you have your stop loss orders in place. Protect those profits because they can be eroded fairly quickly. So even just a few hours ago, we were looking really bullish. We just broke out of this nice little consolidation. We just broke out of this nice little consolidation up here to the upside. Looked like we were going to continue higher. And then we cracked on really, really heavy volume. And now we're continuing down. Looks like we're getting here to touching my trend line here. So let's take a look at some of the other altcoins. Bitcoin Cash looks like it's selling off. It finally did break out of its little cup with handle. But the volume came in, kind of pushing it back down, all the way back down into the cup. Not very good action there. I mentioned the lack of volume in Ethereum, and my trend line went somewhere. The lack of volume in Ethereum, I did make a note of that, and that looks like that has been a bit of a point of contention here. We did try to break out. Just poked our little nose out when we were smacked down quite significantly. So you can see the difference in volume between these green bars and these two red bars. So far, it looks like this uptrend also is still intact. We can continue. Sorry, all my trend lines seem to have gotten drawn away there, erased somehow. Anyway, so we do still have this trend line intact. There's another more immediate trend line here that looks like it is also still intact. So we're going to come in, we're going to test these trend lines. We'll see what happens. But volume is looking pretty aggressive to the sell side here. People taking profits off the table or selling when we're getting back to these old highs. Hard to say exactly which, but either way, it's not good. And Litecoin just busted. This chart was not like this the last time I looked at it. Litecoin, two big red selling bars. Looks like we negated trying to break out of this cup with handle here. So these markets can change fairly quickly. And like I've mentioned, we're still not out of the bear market move overall in the market. We do get these nice bounces from time to time. We just witnessed one. Is it over? It's a possibility. These volume bars are not very encouraging. I took my profits off of the table just at about 11,000, just a little beneath 11,000. And yeah, so, I'm willing to get back into the market if things turn to the upside, but these things can turn nasty very quick, which is why my last video or two I mentioned I don't recommend getting involved up here because the risk to reward ratio just isn't in your favor. There's a lot of risk. There's not a lot of reward left in the trade. So that's just my opinion. Part of my strategy is I don't trade just really poor risk rewards, even if the rewards look fairly certain, because you never know when something's going to smack you down. I mean, all this action is very nice. There is zero wrong with any of this action since this cup with handle breakout. And now, could this come back and just be another base and we continue higher? Absolutely. But is there also a chance that it can continue us lower? There's always that possibility as well. We can always continue lower with a big break like this. And this is some pretty good volume. This right here is some pretty good volume. So we'll see what happens. Time will tell. I'm going to enjoy a good night's sleep. And I just want to put this video out there so you guys, if you're kind of curious what's happening, that's what's happening. All right, guys, I'll see you later and have a good night.